What's up, Lion Gang? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have all the Leos out there with me today. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross-watchers are welcome because we are here to do your January 2020 into February 2020 love reading. Leos in love, Leos looking for love, Leos who are peeking in on their person, etc., etc. Welcome. I'm happy to have you guys. I hope this video finds you well. As always, general reminder, here on YouTube, I am doing general reads. That means not everything I say will resonate with all the Leos out there. So it is up to you all to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, and ultimately to take away only the messages that you feel are meant for you, intended for you, for your best and highest good. Not everything I say will resonate, but give these messages time, not just here and now, but in a few hours, in a few days, even in a few weeks. If the message strikes a chord later on, fantastic. That means it was your message. Take it and run with it. If not, that means it's probably not your energy I'm tapping into. It might be a message for someone else. Everything about this video is written in the description box below, including the decks I am using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. As always, I ask for you to like, share, and subscribe wherever you can. I would truly appreciate it. This channel appreciates it. It helps these videos gain traction and gets those messages out to those who want to hear them and who need to hear them. All right, we are going to hop in for Leos in love. If you don't currently have a person, this may be someone coming into your future that you haven't met yet, or somebody from the past. All right, let's hop in. So, first line here, Six of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and Four of Pentacles. Turning your back on someone who is trying to give to you, to teach them some sort of lesson. This feels like you purposely, you were trying to put some person in an awkward position. Oh, okay, so that they would come to realize how much they depend on you, how much you nurture and give and support a relationship, how much time, even money. Maybe you're the sole breadwinner. And this could be something as simple as you took a vacation and left like your husband or your wife alone with the kids just so they could realize how much they need you. Yeah, it's like asserting some sort of power, and there is like a needling. There's a little bit like sticking it to the person it's almost like to prove them wrong, or something about them getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar, there's something about that metaphor of making your person look bad. Making them recognize that they need you, making them recognize just how powerful and how much of like a badass you are. So this could go a couple different ways. There's something very empowering about this, and that you are standing up for yourself, and you will not be a doormat. You're not constantly going to be at your family or your person's beck and call. This is like, no, I need to protect my energy and my time. But there is a little sting of like vindictiveness to this. A little bit of like that lower vibing scorpionic energy with like your stinger tail. Some of you may have like a moon in Scorpio or something like that. So let's clarify. This may involve a Libra, but more than anything, it's like you're trying to bring justice to a situation where someone wasn't giving back or wasn't giving their time and resources to the right people. Particularly those who are dating around. If you're not in this makes sense. If you're not in a committed relationship and you're dating around, you're playing the field, but there's someone you're interested in, potentially a Taurus or Earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is very big here. If you sense that they are interested but not committing to you, you may have, some sort of power player or power move it's almost like you cut them off, you stop responding to their texts, specifically to see if they would chase you, or specifically to make them realize you won't be a side piece, like I am the main piece or not at all. That's what this feels like. So it very much is like a power player, like chess pieces on a chessboard. You're trying to strategize and win the game, so to say. But yeah, it's at the expense of making your person look or feel awkward, painting them into a corner, putting them in an uncomfortable position. Illuminating that your person may have been, again, giving to the wrong people, or maybe kind of selfish with their time, with their love, their resources, their energy. There's something about, for some of you, the desire is there. You really want them, like sexually you're attracted to them, but you're withholding, like there's a lot of refrain. There's a lot of restraint there. And there is a very like kind of dominatrix energy. Like the sex with this person could be really good. I don't know if you've like delved into that yet, or if that's just like an idea for the future. But yeah, like this, I'm getting all these really sexual messages. Like you are going to be like the one holding the whips in this relationship. Leo, whether you're male or female, your person is like the submissive. I'm sorry, I don't typically do readings like that. So yeah, you're sorry guys, but I have to relay it if it's her. But yeah, there is something very like hopeless romantic. I think you see good in this person, but they're distracted. They're not able to give all their resources, all their love, all their attention to you. They tend to stray. They're like a stray dog. They tend to wander, and it seems like they always do come back to you. And it might be a Sagittarius or a Pisces, definitely like mutable signs. So that would be, let's see, who else is mutable? Pisces, Sagittarius, Virgo, and who am I missing? And fire, water, earth, and who am I missing? Gemini. Sorry, I don't know why that took me so long. Something about a mutable sign, because it's something like they're the younger versions. They are the knights of the deck. They are not the king or the queen, which is what you're presenting as, Leo. Yeah, there's something about they like to go on adventures. They like to have fun, but if it gets too serious, they withdraw. They pull their cup away. There is something very cute, like again, you like to cuddle with this person, or you see it as potentially budding into a good relationship. Yeah, you see this, especially if it is a Sagittarius, you see potential in it. There's definitely charisma. There's definitely passion. There's definitely, something that sparks fun and excitement and joy and happiness in your life. But it seems like they're sort of putting you in an awkward position where you're having to choose. Yeah, it's like draw your weapons, draw your swords, your pistols, a difficult decision. This is the Two of Wands, this way or that way. And again, like it, especially if you're dating, this isn't bad. Something about, a couple people you dating around. This feels very much like power play. Like, is it me or is it them? Because I'm not going to wait for you. They're wandering. They're kind of, they're very flirtatious with like potentially multiple people. They may have like another Pisces that they're interested in. I don't want to say another. I mean, there's you, Leo, and then there's Pisces. So fire and water, maybe that's why Temperance is coming up. It is the angel of love, though. Michael, the archangel of love. So yeah, I mean, there is potential here, but you have to make sure that the cups go back and forth, that you're just not the one filling the other person's cup. Because, yeah, ultimately, like, you can't pour from an empty cup. There needs to be balance. There needs to be reciprocity. Because if this is you, Leo, giving your love and energy, it's funny with this Two of Cups, it's like it's trickling down, but this cup really isn't giving to this one in the sense, at least not in the moment here with that. Yeah, and I don't so much sense sneaking around, but you sense some sort of hesitancy on your person to commit, to settle down. One day they're all in, the next day they're kind of flaky and flighty and not returning your texts or your calls. I think you want full steam ahead. You're looking for something where at least you know there's potential for it to grow. I don't think you guys are saying like put a ring on it. But yeah, essentially you're kind of like, are we or aren't we? Like, let's get to this. And yes, some of you are calling your person out and making them feel kind of uncomfortable or awkward, like tail between the legs. Yeah. Yeah, I just heard instantly, grow up. Like, there's this person just like fiddling around in a tree, playing their instrument. This feels very Piscean, very like hopeless romantic and wishing life could be different and this and that, but you're all about the pentacles. You're about the practical. You're about the money. You're probably very focused on your career right now and building into the future, saving pennies for a rainy day. Your person just seems like, this woodland fairy nymph type, and, maybe they're a musician. They're probably very artsy with all this wands. You have actually a lot of cards indicating music. They might play guitar. That might be something you bonded over. You may go to see their show. They might play guitar. There's something very carefree and fun and easy about this sign. But yeah, the way, and you are a fire sign too, so that makes sense. But the way fire needs oxygen to thrive and grow, this person needs space in order to feel revived and refreshed. But with that, their fire burns out very quickly. So that is why this person comes in waves. Some days they're hot and heavy. Other days they withdraw. It's because they burn out too fast. They are presenting as a knight. So it's like they haven't completely understood where to give their time and resources in a valuable way where they're not exhausting themselves, where they're not burning the candles at both ends. But what's interesting is they're not so much, it's for them, I don't know if it's regarding work. It's like playtime. It's like maybe they belong to sports leagues. They play softball with the guys and then they do and it doesn't have to be a guy, girls, whatever. It's like they have many avenues where they get joy and excitement and fulfillment. And that's great. That's fun. But when it comes to giving you the attention that you need or want from this relationship, it's lackluster. It's lacking the gusto that I think you really want. So, all right, we have a potential 6 of Swords, King of Swords, and the World. All right, well, interesting. Divine counterpart, King and Queen of Swords. I like that. Very strong air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Our thoughts, our communications, our intelligence, our logic. If you're not able to receive the attention, and I am getting communication and love that you deserve, I think some of you are considering moving on from this person. And again, leaving them in an awkward position to fend for themselves. It's like if this is your person, they're kind of like, oh, I can't handle, they look overwhelmed, right? They're trying to keep their hands in all these different pots and they can't do it. And there's something symbolic about that. Their hand is in too many pots. They're dating too many people. They're flirting with too many people. They're not investing their time in the right resources or people, right? They've got too much going on. And I think you're kind of on the cusp of being like, girl, bye, boy, bye. Because they're not making practical steps to move forward, especially if they are involved in a career in the arts. That's something that I think you champion and are excited about, Leo. You're like, that's so cool that you do that. But you're like, but how are you going to build it? It's great to envision yourself as this, this duet guitar players singing to the masses, right? Filling stadiums and arenas. But you're presenting as a page. So this is a great seed. Should we nurture it? It's like this person isn't even open to having that conversation because they're too dreamy. Their ideas and their thoughts wander a lot. And because you're presenting with heavy pentacles and swords, you're like, let's get down to data, numbers, statistics, and if it's not regarding their career, it's of this relationship. What is the substance behind this? I need to know the truth here, right? You're being very stubborn in a good way in that you're not settling. You're not, again, there's no sense of being the doormat anymore. It's are you going to step up to the plate or not? Because if not, I got places to go. It's very empowered, Leo. What is that expression? You left your person holding there's some expression and it keeps coming up here. Holding the bag. Yeah, you left them holding the bag. I think that's an expression and it has something to do with, it's you left them to deal with the consequence of their actions. Or lack thereof. The consequence of not recognizing hey, I got mouths to feed too, or I got friends to see and places to go and activities I like too. Yeah, I think you're communicating a heavy truth and you're drawing a line in the sand. You finally have forced this person to step up and either fight for you if they want it, or if they're just left holding their sword duh, what do I do? It's that's your weapon. You fight for what you want. You're like, I got my sword, I know what I want, and I'm sticking to it. Line in the sand. Very just boom, badass, power babe, right? Male or female. your person could potentially step up to the plate and fight, but they look a little bit, again, awestruck, wonderment, kind of, there's something very dreamy. I would be shocked if your person was not an artist of some kind. And okay, so what this seems to be communicating to me, you have the world card. There's potential for this, the idea of you are my world, you are my person. Sure, maybe you do have a divine pairing, right? But looking at the details of this, unless this person can step up in movement and change towards reciprocity, giving back to you, balancing out the scales so it's equal give and take, you severing something off from this, and I don't want to say abandoning, but essentially leaving something behind to fend for themselves, right? For karmic justice to be served. Frequently the scales are shown in reciprocity. You might make them realize that you were juggling all the balls in the air, that you were the one keeping their world together, you were the one keeping their shit together, their life intact. And it's almost like when you go missing, when you go on vacation, when you stop responding to texts, sort of unexpectedly, it's actually really valuable for this person because it forces them to get off their ass. It forces them to get up and do something. So I actually do like this. When I first saw this card, I wasn't sure if this was like lower vibrational energy. But no, most of you are at your breaking point. I think you care enough about this person to want to invest. But yeah, it's like you've been doing all that heavy lifting. You've been doing all the work. And like you feel like a jester. You feel foolish about it because where's the dog? Where's the loyalty here? Like, is this my person or not? Or do they have multiple people? Particularly a Gemini might play some sort of role in this, or a Gemini moon. I don't know. Messages, they come and go. So yeah, it's like by cutting this person off from your world. And I mean, this is just an option, right? You do you got to listen to your intuition. By cutting them off for like a trial period, a trial separation, it's going to force them to step up to the plate and fight for whatever it is that they want. That might be you. It very well could be. You're presenting here. Boom. You're presenting with the Two of Cups, love, the Queen of Wands, passion. But yeah, a crossroads. Someone is being defensive or not wanting to pull the trigger. That could mean a couple things. Pull the trigger in terms of committing to you, or you pulling the trigger in terms of like, I'm done. I'm out. Like line in the sand, I'm done. If you don't step up to the plate and start helping me with all these tasks, these obligations, these activities, these whatever, right? The bank account, the kids, the whatever. Some of you are like, I'm not waiting for you. I'm moving on, right? There's some sort of clarity or truth or movement that comes by cutting this person off. That doesn't have to mean forever, but that's what I mean. Like it lights a fire under their ass. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. And this one they're presenting as, it's more dreamy. It's taking your time. It's thinking about love. It's flirting with a few people on the way to work, like that type of thing. It switches. There's like a switch. There's something about a power surge where once I keep wanting to say cut them off. That doesn't have to literally mean split, but cut them off in terms of how much you're giving, how much effort you're putting into this. When you sort of step back and yeah, it's like you take a seat on the bleachers to watch how the game unfolds. This person starts sweating. They start sweating it out because they realize like they now have to take stock in the game, in how I was saying, a power play or a chess move. They become an active member of the game accidentally by you choosing to let them fend for themselves. I actually really like this reading. It's kind of cool. And it's funny too. You might, so much mutable energy. Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, who's the one I forgot? And I forgot them before too. Gemini, Pisces, and Virgo. Yeah, mutable signs are very big in this. All right, so let's look at potentially your future, what's coming in. Five of Wands, yeah, chaos, anarchy, conflict. Just to be clear, I think this is what's coming in for your person. What is the expression? Things go up in flames when you stop nurturing them like they are your child. And so, yeah, I actually think this ushers in some sort of apology or some sort of offer from the heart space that it's like, again, tail between their legs. They've been made to feel small. They've been caught with their hand in the cookie jar. They feel foolish for not recognizing that they weren't giving you the time, attention, the love that you deserve. There's a turning of the table here. When you let this person dig their own grave, cut their own path, it's good. It's empowering them. Even though you love them and there's passion there, it is almost like karmic justice, lessons. This is the world, the end of a major cycle. This is sometimes a card of a graduation. It's like it's time for this person to step up, like turn the tassel, like get a job in the real world, right? Such a great metaphor for the starving artist, right? Like, I'm just going to play my guitar. It'll all work out. I'll figure it out. It's like, okay, well, like, again, logically, are you applying to school? Did you apply to that job that you've been talking about for weeks? Like, get down to the nitty gritty, the details. It'll force this person to step up in a way that you've never seen before. And in Capricorn season, karmic relationships, whether or not you're meant to be with this person for a lifetime or for a season or whatever, it's looking at our world and assessing who's in it. And again, like a graduation, maybe of the way you guys used to interact with each other, the way the scales used to be imbalanced. It could be correcting that, but there's a graduation. There's a dawning of a new day. There's new knowledge and lessons to be gained. Some of you may literally be going back to school, or your person may be going back to school. There's some sort of newfound knowledge or lessons or karma that is being learned, and it's going to impact this relationship. Even the metaphor of like this person, when you cut them off or leave them to fend for themselves, their world goes up in flames, things go up in smoke. It's like they're trying to put out a fire with like this little cup. They're overwhelmed. You have tremendous power and authority in this person's life, so make sure they treat you like that. Because if they don't, girl, bye, right? You could be dealing with an Aquarius. Or you may be okay, so if there's an Aquarius in your life, again, if you're dating, I don't think it's this person, by the way. There may be a third person that is an Aquarius or has strong Aquarian in their chart that by staying with this person who isn't giving to you, you're actually blocking a blessing of something that is destined to come into you, a star, a different Knight of Cups, like a new romantic offer. You're blocking your blessings because you're so concerned with trying to fix this person's life and overextending to help them. They're an empty cup. They don't have much to give until they kind of get their priorities in order. Make sure you're investing in the right people. And again, this is saying to me, cut them off. If they're playing, if they're fooling around, if they're the player, if they're just in it for a good time, if they're a hit it and quit it, if that's not what you're looking for, and based on the cards, I don't think it is, this is like pack up your shit and go. And maybe that's what you're telling this person. Maybe you're kicking them out. Someone's moving on, right? I got to pause you guys real quick. 1 second. All right, sorry guys, we're back. I was running low on power. I had to plug my computer in. So last in the spread here, potentially coming in, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, new cycles, destiny, fate, luck. Also forward movement of like a wheel, of a tire, moving on. Temporarily or forever, up to you, right? But there is value in letting this person figure their life out on their own and not always being the emotional support system. It's funny, I did a really similar reading for Taurus about an unequal giving. That there might be something in there for you. I will also say these people are going in different directions. You're presenting as like king, queen energy. This knight that's just out to have a good time, you guys are going in opposite ways. Packing up your shit, your values, your assets, the things you hold important and dear to you, you're taking those with you and letting this person figure out like, they're playing games. This person's really immature. They don't know what they want. What's in your chest, metaphorically, is 10 of Pentacles. Value yourself, because if this person doesn't, somebody else will. You're sitting on like, it's like it has to do with your self-worth. You have so much to give and so much to offer in love, in charisma, in magic, and like all these beautiful qualities people desire in a relationship. Like, it's time to set the butterfly free. If something is suffocating this relationship, again, if you're having to draw lines in the sand, or you're always duking it out, if it always feels like a battle, a struggle with this person, It might be time to move on and see if something else can grow in a new situation, in a new partnership. Maybe with a Capricorn. But more importantly, Capricorn season, the closing out of cycles, completion, and then expansion with the Wheel of Fortune, expanding your network, meeting new people, socializing. And also the idea of like Capricorn being like the worker bees of the zodiac, you changing the course and the destiny of this relationship. Maybe you start dating an Aquarius who's offering to give you better love, more resources, more time and attention. That may set this other person off, the person who wasn't giving. It sets them into worker bee mode, and it's like they have to unchain themselves from the devil, from whatever was keeping them from growing, whatever was keeping this relationship from blooming and developing into what it was meant to be. It allows them to like refocus. It allows them to reassess their life and what they want, and to like unshackle themselves from the devil of something. Maybe they have addiction issues, right? Something that's not allowing them to grow and thrive, something that has power over them. It forces them to step up to the plate and fight, right? Duke it out with the devil, battle it out with the devil, right? Maybe they have a side piece that's like a Capricorn. I don't know, something like that. This is also a timestamp of Capricorn season into Aquarius season. That's where all this shift is going to happen. But I mean, you're initiating it. To be very clear, you're the one who draws the line in the sand, Leo. All right? So let's throw some zodiac signs on this. You have a lot of key players here, though. You absolutely have Capricorn and Aquarius. You have Sagittarius. Yeah, you have yourself. You have Leo. You might be dealing with another Leo, though. It's possible. Taurus. What cards want to come out in this reading for... I almost called you Aquarius. For Leo. All right, let's see. All right, so you have Aquarius. You have Gemini. You have Aries. You have Sagittarius. And you have Pisces. As I was saying, something about a mutable zodiac sign. These three signs in Virgo, I feel like you are moving away from this sign and potentially going towards an Aquarius. Or, again, a timestamp of Aquarius season, you may meet a key player and that potentially offers you new romantic partnership in a way your previous person couldn't. And I will say, even if you still have feelings for your previous person, give it time, give it space. You know, fire needs oxygen to thrive. It is going to light a fire under them to get their shit together. Okay? All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Please do like... Oh, wait, I got to throw a romance angel on it. Do I, though? I feel like I don't need to. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Yeah, be truthful in your communications, not just with your old person, but also with new people. And passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Well, this one wants to come out. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I just felt like bottom of the deck was the way to go because I was wrapping you guys up. But these are good cards. Don't be afraid to go outside the comfort zone of the people that you already know. That is what the Four of Pentacles is to me. It's a comfort zone, but you can't grow in this position, and your person can't either. Date around, play the field, right? Or at least give them an opportunity to grow and thrive on their own. And again, if they're going to come back into your life and fight for you, then you'll consider them, right? All right, that's what I got. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates for you, Leo, and I'll see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.